let's look at two angry face effects that we can do within CapCut. One's going to be the really easy way, and the other one's going to be the more traditional way, the way that some of us used to do it when all we had back in the day was iMovie and a dream. So this is on my dashboard here. Obviously, you'll probably do this at some point in your project when you're like already have your clips laid out, but I've got a clip here, this nice angry girl that we're going to add on. And as you can see here, she has a little scene where she starts to scream. And so I will show you two different ways that we can do this. Let's do this too. I'm actually going to do, let's go here. So basically what we're going to do is when you first start your clip, we're going to scroll to the part right when she, right there, starts to scream, and then we're going to split that clip right there. So you have your two sections, and I'm quickly going to do a copy and move this over here and do a paste, because I'm going to use a separate thing to do this. So here's your first way, which I would say is the more easier way to do this with CapCut. You can just pull some effects, and then I'll show you the way that it's done when we just use keyframes to do it, which gives you a little bit more versatility. But so right here at the beginning of your clip, you see this highlighted. This is right when she starts to yell, and it plays out here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here to the top right hand side and click on animation, and they have all of these different ins and outs animation. You want to go into the in, and they have a lot that are pro, but one that I've seen people use that seems to be pretty effective is actually just called shake. And so here it is right here, and you can add that in just like that, and it shakes in a little bit. And then the other thing that I'm going to do is I'll expand this out. Actually, let's go to like 2 seconds. I think that's good. Yeah, see, that's pretty good. Now that looks a little slow, but the thing is what we're also going to do is we're going to add in another effect, and that's actually right up here in effects on the left hand side. Click effect. And then we can scroll down. I'm actually on this side here. You want to click body effects. That's where I'm at. And then it's deep down here. You can kind of see it's pretty lengthy, but you scroll all the way down and you start seeing, because I'm used to being in here a lot. So you start seeing the ones that I've used in the past, but this one here is called hit, and it kind of has this like shakiness to it. And this might be pretty good right there. And you have like this little, let's start it over here. So then you have like this little shaky effect here. So here she goes, she gets angry, and then boom, and gets a little anger there. So that's how that's one way you can do it, which seems to be pretty effective there. And then the other way that you can do it, there's another way using keyframes, which is the more traditional way to do it. The only other thing I would do here is add in like an earthquake sound, which they actually have within CapCut, like earthquake audio. So here's your music. I'm going to go to sound effects, and then I'm just going to type in earthquake, and boom, earthquake fissure. That's good right there. Drag that in. And then what I normally would do is shorten that down, and then come over here, and I would start that right about here. Have a little fade in. So you have that little nice fade in going, and she gets that little fade in. And then I would actually turn this up a little bit. Make sure you're monitoring your audio levels. Here, I'm going to mute this so that way I can show you this. You can monitor those audio levels. Make sure that it's not too loud. And then right towards the end, as she calms down, I'm going to add that hit in a little closer. There we go. And then boom. Right towards the end, as she calms down right about there, scroll this here, and then I'm going to add in that fade out right there. Boom. You got that fade out. So it's a nice like fade out on the sound. And then the only thing I'm going to do to make it more impactful is I'm going to click on audio. Right hand side is right up here, voice changer. And I kind of did this before, so I kind of know where I'm going. But on these, I like to do the high because it like enhances that a little bit more, makes it more like insane, earth-shattering. And then normally what I'll do is I'll come down here, I'll copy this, and I'll paste it again. And I'll go right over here and do like a double up on it. And then I will just kind of shorten it a bit just so I can continue having those effects, just to make that audio even double on there. So, and see, this is kind of getting too loud, so I can pull that down a bit. And there we go. Perfect. So I always monitor those audio levels so that way I don't ear blister someone to death when they're watching your video. Trust me, people will appreciate that. No one likes the ear blistering. On some of these effects too, people don't think about that. And then what they do is they add it in, and then as you're watching the video, it's like you have to pull your headphones out if someone's watching with headphones. And so try to remember that as you're editing this stuff. So that's effect one there. That's kind of done. That's the easy way to do it. So now you have a little bit of like this audio shake and all this stuff. So the old school way to do it, and the way that I kind of prefer to do it, just because I can't get over the way we used to do it, is using keyframes. And so here's my second clip here. I've got my clip keyed up. I did a video showing how to use keyframes on pictures, and so it's kind of the same principle, but I'm going to zoom in a little bit more here. And essentially what we're going to do is, where you want this to be is you want this to zoom in just a little bit more, just so you have space to work. So I'll probably put it right there, a nice zoom in on tight shot on her face, because I'm going to use keyframes to move this picture around a lot during this little episode she's doing here, in order to visualize that effect of a shakiness. And so when you zoom the clip in like that, it gives you the ability to have more space to maneuver, so to speak. So the way you use keyframes is, I'm going to highlight in on the position, have the clip highlighted right here where it's positioned at, this little dot right here. I'm going to click that, and now we've added right down here our first keyframe. And so that's where it's going to start. I'm going to scroll over just a bit, and I'm going to click another one, and I'm going to make sure that keyframe's highlighted. And then I'm going to, so that when that keyframe's highlighted, now the position that this video I'm going to move it to is where it's going to pop to when it starts the shaky effect. And then I'll move over here, and I'll do it again. Boom. And then I'll make sure this little ball is highlighted here, and I'll move this up this way, and then we'll move it again a little bit more, do it again, click another one, boom, make sure this ball's highlighted, and we'll go up this way, make sure the clip doesn't move out. See, that's the reason why you want to zoom in a lot, because that way it doesn't move, the video doesn't move out of frame. But you could move the video out of frame, it might add to the effect, but this way looks a little bit better. So in my opinion, this is just my opinion on that. So click another one. So see how I'm doing this? I might make a little montage of this so you don't have to sit here and deal with and watch this. All right, so this is the last one. This is where she starts to calm down here. So what we'll do here is, I have this highlighted, and I'm just going to move this back to the center. Boom. So here's our final product here. Let's go back. So let's go right into here. So as we watch, just kind of shaking about. See that? Now, that's the classic way to do it. Now what we can do now is, when you have those keyframes added in and it's kind of causing that shaking effect, now we can go back up here to animation, do the same thing again with this little shake, add this in to more enhance it. Scoot that out to 8. See, now you got a little bit more of an enhancement there, which is pretty nice. And then I like to do another effect on here, something like this, where I do what's called, so I go up here to effects, and I've got body effects, and then it is right, it's called light trails, if I can find it. I gotta find it again. That's the only thing that I don't like about CapCut, is the fact that you don't have the ability to actually like search for the things you're looking for body effects. You can search for like audio, but you don't have like a search option for like body effects, and they have so many of them, and you don't have the ability to filter out the pro version. Of course, they're trying to get you to upgrade, but this is what I'm looking for. Light trails right here. Drag that in. That kind of has this really neat like light trail effect. So here we go. Ready? Boom. It has that really neat like light trail kind of effect to it, and then it kind of slowly dissipates. I like that. That's neato. So, and then if you're like bouncing around, stuff isn't moving fast enough, the simple way to do this, if I zoom in, I can actually just grab these keyframes and squeeze them together a little bit more and make them come a little bit closer. And what that's going to do is, as I do that, that is going to cause these keyframes to like move faster. So watch this now, the effect of me doing that. Watch. So here we go, and now it's really moving fast. And so you imagine that sound effect too with the earthquake, doing this, and that will really get it moving. So boom, good stuff. So and that's your basic like how to do it clip. I'll add them both in at the end, but that you get the basic idea. And then essentially what I do is audio and then the earthquake sound again, which I can just take it over here, make it a little bit easier on myself. Just copy and put it right there, just like I did. Paste, boom. And then you've got that earthquake effect right in there. And that's how you do it. That is a quick tutorial on how to add keyframes and how to make that shaky cam effect really, really effective. It makes it give a little bit of oomph to your project, you know, keep audience engagement. But you'll see a lot of like YouTubers, a lot of really famous guys. I was watching one the other day with my kids. They did the same thing here. They did this like shaky effect, and essentially if you wanted to go really, really fast and really shaky, you just get these keyframes closer, and then you just speed it up even more, and then so you add in more, and that's how you get that real, like, you know, shakiness there. So that's essentially how you do it. Let me know if you have any questions or comments in the comment section below. A little bit of a different video format. I just enjoy let's edit and make this up together as we go. Very laid back. Let me know if there's anything else I can help you with in CapCut. I'll add these 2 clips in at the end of the video so you can see the final product, and I will catch you guys on the next one.
Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please take the time to like, comment and subscribe, as it helps us to further please our YouTube overlords. Check out more links in the description for continued assistance on your CapCut projects, and please keep your arms and legs inside the craft until it comes to a complete stop. Be sure to mind your headspace and watch your step as you exit. Failure to comply may result in serious injury or death. We will see you next time, Comet creators. End transmission.